Welcome back. Now more from our Utopia.
Once all the crates were loaded, the transport team heads to the tarmac to load the plane. And like a game of Tetris, the crates were carefully fit into the fuselage.
Ranger, saved, May 31st, 2017.
No weight limit was exceeded for this trip today, but the recommended passenger number was surely surpassed. With the jet engines firing and the plane taxiing, the dogs and cats rescued began their journey home. Any dogs and cats that didn't make the 2 trips in the plane were loaded into the Subaru Outbacks and the Nuzzles rented U-Haul and driven the 7 hours back to Park City.
There were a total of 79 adoptions, but we actually had a dog give birth on the way back, and she had 6 puppies. So that 79 grew to 85 just on the drive home.
The dogs seemed subdued during the flight, and upon closer inspection, confused, scared, and sad. If only they knew of the swarm of unconditional love standing by on the tarmac. More Nuzzles & Co. and Mark Miller Subaru volunteers and employees eager to greet the furry arrivals. The final leg of the rescue mission would be from the Salt Lake City Airport to Nuzzles & Co. in Park City. Since 1990, Nuzzles & Co. have rescued over 15,000 pets. In 2016 alone, they rescued 1,437 cats and dogs. Nuzzles & Co. recently joined the No Kill Utah Initiative, or NKUT for short. No Kill Utah is a program led by Best Friends Animal Society that aims to put an end to the killing of dogs and cats in shelters throughout the entire state by the year 2019. In 2016, No Kill Utah had an 85.8% save rate. To be considered no kill, that number has to be above 90%. In the month of March in 2017, for the first time ever, the state as a whole achieved no-kill status. This level must be maintained for a full year before the state can be considered a no-kill state. To date, the only no-kill state in the United States is New Hampshire.
Our goal is to help as much as possible in creating Utah as a no-kill state. And as we all showed in this mission to the border with Arizona, we won't stop at Utah's borders. We want the entire country to be in the no-kill category. Let's save them all.
Adopt, spay-neuter, volunteer. Nuzzles and other rescue organizations need dog walkers and cat lovers. They need cages cleaned and animals fed. Most of all, they need you to adopt. And if you can't adopt, foster a pet. Help them get adjusted and settled into home life. Even if your love is temporary, it is valued.
The biggest thing that we would ask the viewers and fans of Nuzzles & Co. in general is to volunteer your time. Come up and donate a bag of cat litter or dog food, or foster an animal for us and help us socialize. Give your time. And most importantly, maybe one of the most important things is to give some money to Nuzzles & Co. Pet Rescue and Adoption, because it takes money from our community, from our fans, from dog lovers and cat lovers to sustain our efforts, to help pay for their medications and help to pay for their training and their food and their care while they're waiting for a new home.
Today, Almost 3 weeks from the rescue mission, one of those dogs rescued, named Echo, leaves Nuzzles with his new owner. More than half of the rescued animals had already been adopted. A testament not only to the efforts and abilities of the personnel at Nuzzles & Co., but also a tribute to the amazing community so willing to take on new family members.
You know, that's the biggest rewarding part of it. It was a long day, it was a lot of planning. The rescue itself was 10 hours long. There was a lot of driving involved. But when you see the end result and you see that animal getting a new home and you see the smile on their face and the transformation that comes across their body, it's the best feeling in the world. It's the best job in the world.
In closing, Daryl would like to point out that the Co in Nuzzles & Co. does not stand for company like many think. It stands for community, collaboration, and cooperative. And on this most recent mission, all three were in full display.
We applaud the work of Nuzzles and other animal rescue organizations around Utah, like Friends of Animals, and we applaud the generosity of Mark and Jeff Miller and all the employees and customers of Mark Miller Subaru who donated. When we come back, we will be crisscrossing the 450 miles of single track around Park City, and you don't want to miss that.